Oh no, Penguinz0 bros, it's not looking good for Charlie. Not only did he delete his disastrous cope stream, but he has decided to step down from the podcast. Show update. Goodbye, Charlie. Hey everyone, effective immediately, Charlie has made the decision to leave both the official podcast and Red Thread. He wants to go on an indefinite hiatus to scale back his time spent on the internet. We obviously wish him the best, for everyone to respect his decision and for all to know that the show will always be open for him to drop by and talk shop should he wish to return. The official podcasts, Red Thread and Criminally Stupid, are not going anywhere in light of this announcement. For the official podcast specifically, we may consider a replacement in time depending on how things go, but for now, we're going to continue the show with the 3 remaining original hosts. In the event we wish to return to a 4-host format, we will discuss the possibility of fan favorite candidates or someone we think fits our vibe and style. Feel free to leave us your suggestions as well. No, it's not going to be Boogie. Thank you, Jackson, Andrew, Kaya. So, yep, he's stepping down, stepping away from all the internet, and it's because of the reception to his opinion. And, here are some highlights from his deleted cope stream.
Makes Sneako seem smart. I don't know if that's what came across, but I saw the response, which blows my fucking mind. Multiple times he said that fucking 14 and in a case a 12-year-old can marry an adult. I will never agree with that. I don't know how that makes him seem smart. Like a bunch of debate bro lingo, sure, I'm not a debater. I didn't know it was going to be a debate. He said if I wanted to talk, I thought it was
So he says that 1,000 times here. I cut it out a lot, and he still says it probably 1,000 times in here. But he says he didn't know it was a debate, and sure, if you didn't know that going in, fair enough. But you can keep up with the conversation, right? You know where it's going, and you're a participant in it. You're not like some helpless person just being taken for a ride.
going to be a conversation, not a stream or debate. But I don't understand how anyone walks away thinking that that's smart. He point blank multiple times said, yes, an adult can marry a child if the parents say it's okay.
Nobody
I don't
thinks
understand.
Sneako's smart.
It's cultural. The West used to do that as well. Used to. Yes. We also used to eat our own fucking poop, but we evolve. We get better. We grow. We learn. And I've never been particularly shy about my stance on trans people. I don't know why people are so surprised. I've never hated trans people or anything, or like transitioning. So I don't understand where all of this is coming from. Young people transition.
He doesn't understand. He says that a million times here too. He doesn't understand. Doesn't make any sense to him.
Like, it is a thing that happens. It's not like that. It's a long process. At least my understanding of it is. It's not like you say, hey, I'm ready to transition, you go in and immediately get surgery. Like, it's a long process that takes tons and tons of decision making.
Yeah, but there's lots of people that don't care. They don't want you to start any of it. No SRS, no HRT, none of that until they're 18. Full stop. That's the whole thing for a lot of people.
Like, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know why it became such a huge issue that somehow is overlooking the numerous amount of times that Sneako said literal 12 to 16-year-olds can marry full-grown adults. It doesn't compute. Like, I don't.
It's way funnier because you're freaking out. It's funny when Sneako freaks out too, but we've all seen it many, many times. So it's much more fun when you do it now.
Get it. Like, I'm not a debater, like I said, so maybe I couldn't articulate points enough, which is fine, because, like I said, I didn't go into a debate. He said we were just going to talk. I thought we were going to have a conversation, which is why I asked, or when he asked if I was recording it, I said I don't have to do that. We can just talk. I didn't know he was streaming for a debate. So then it became debate topics as opposed to a conversation. But even in that context, numerous fucking times, he said 12 to 16 can marry and fuck adults. That's crazy. But like, the thing
Nobody
is,
cares about
again, everyone's so
Sneako's
upset with my
opinion.
position on trans people, which is really surprising to me. And I think maybe people just have this idea that when you transition, it's like that. So like a 9-year-old goes in and immediately has their dick cut off, like Sneako kept saying. I don't know if he really believes that or if it's just hyperbole. But I gave him the benefit of the doubt that he was just using hyperbole. Because
Well, of all the people, why would you give Sneako the benefit of the doubt? It's one of the most well-known brand poisons out there. And you're like, yeah, I think I'm going to give that guy the benefit of the doubt.
Sneako believes that there's mature 12-year-olds So then I don't know why he would have a problem with Ava talking to a 13-year-old if it was a mature 13-year-old in his eyes, like to Sneako. I don't get it. But he doesn't like Ava, which is why that was different. Do you think he's a bad person? I don't walk away from it thinking he's a bad person. I think he's a very confused person. This has been a...
Why? All the things you're saying about he's okay with 12-year-olds getting married and stuff. You don't think that's enough to say he's a bad person if he's actually okay with that? Like, I don't know how many of the things Sneako says he actually believes, but if he does believe the things that he's saying, he's a bad person.
really fucking frustrating week, honestly. Usually internet shit doesn't get to me, but this week has been really miserable. Like, unironically. Getting called a transphobe, like, all kinds of
Nothing worse than getting called a transphobe.
stuff, and now getting called the opposite. Like, it's actually unreal. Like, the internet's reached the point where no matter what, you can't win. If someone's made their mind up about you, or if you have something that disagrees, it actually, you are the worst person to them, and they will spin it in any way possible. Which blows my fucking mind. And it's just really
How does it blow your mind with how long you've been on the internet? You know how this goes.
nauseating. Children can't consent. Why can they do surgery? They're not. I'm not saying they can do surgery. I thought we were talking about the whole process
He gets really pressed by his chatters. As time goes on, he's getting more and more irritated by by everything they say to him.
of getting to that point. I thought that's what the conversation was about. I thought he was just using hyperbole with the snipping dick off thing. But it's what's mind-boggling to me.
Don't you think it's worth it just to clarify that, whether or not it's hyperbole? Even if you don't think it's a debate, seems like it's worth just, hey, you keep saying 9 years old, snipping off their appendage. Are you being like literal when you say that? You could just ask that with how many times Sneako said it. Seems like maybe that's the way to go.
Is that's the big takeaway from our whole conversation. None of him talking about actual fucking 12 to 16-year-olds marrying adults. Like, it blows my fucking mind. That's somehow the takeaway. All I know is that the take of if you can drive a car, you can get married is fucking crazy to me. In the US, 15 or 16.
It's dumb.
And then even in certain cases, in Sneako's Utopia, 12. Like, that's crazy. Earlier in our conversation, he point blank said 12 is too young. And then towards the end, when I said, well, what if it's a mature 12-year-old? He said, yep, then that's fine. There's no such thing as a fucking mature 12-year-old. And the fact that that's something that no one's talking about blows my fucking mind. And it's all the focus.
Charlie, okay, first of all, you're like 1,400 times more popular than Sneako is at this point, now that he's been kicked off of YouTube, like he's only relevant for people dunking on him. That's it.
On how I feel about transitioning. When people think I'm talking about a child going in and getting their whole fucking dick cut off, when I was not under the impression that that's what we were talking about. It's been a brutal fucking week, because again, it's no matter what, it's a lose-lose. I was a transphobe to a lot of people 12 hours ago. Now, it's swung the total opposite direction. And yet, nothing else. Nothing else. Like, I don't know how we've reached this point where this becomes such a fucking hot-button issue.
How would you not think that having a conversation about snipping children's appendages off would be hot button? Why is that shocking to you that's hot button? Just on its face, that sounds like it would be a hot button issue.
It's just this unbelievable fucking culture war on nothing. On actually nothing. It wasn't supposed to be a debate, man. I'm not a debater. He said, do you want to talk about it? I thought we were just going to talk. In the beginning of the stream, he said, are you recording it? I said, no, I don't need to do that, but I can if you want. And then he was streaming it. I wasn't going into a debate. He asked to just talk so he could explain his perspective on the age of consent. I'm not...
Like, if that's what you thought, why would you... So, you disagree with this guy, and an age of consent, like, if you disagree with somebody on that, it's probably not going to be just a super casual, chill conversation. That's a pretty significant disagreement, right?
A debater. I don't do that. I have conversations. I'm always willing to talk to people. I mean, I'm always honest. It's been a rough week.
It became a debate.
It's been pretty stressful. It is what it is. Happens. It's just the way of the world. I think that's going to be all for me tonight. I'm just not in a good mood.
Oh, yeah, so he jumped ahead here quite a bit because he's tried to play some fighting game or something with his friends, but his heart was not in it. He could not get his mind off of the commenters, the chatters.
I can't fucking
I don't blame
focus.
you. You had a big day.
Yeah, it was quite a day.
Yeah. All right. Well, GG's.
Yeah, we'll run it at some point. Thanks for some
Yeah, for
pale.
sure. Hey, tomorrow, Thor and Jeff.
That's true.
All right, later,
Oh,
man.
wait, I just got silver off that.
I did too. It's because you're still going, right?
I'll play a few more.
Take it easy, boys.
Later.
See ya.
No, hang out for a minute. I just can't focus on that. I just keep the chat just keeps bringing shit up, and it's
Something
brutal.
on your mind?
It just I just won't understand it. I don't get it. How Sneako can say fucking 12, 13, 14, 15-year-olds can marry adults, and the thing that everyone sticks with is me saying that transitioning from a young age is fine, which I stand by, but people are construing it as me saying children can have their dick cut off if their parents consent to it, when Sneako is saying children can marry if their parents consent to it. Mine is a misunderstanding. His is a fundamental fucking belief, and I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. I really don't get it. I will never, ever fucking understand it. What a fucking awful
You
day.
get it, though?
No, it's not only Sneako fans. It's not. It's absolutely not. That's cope to say that. I wanted to talk to him because I'm always willing to talk to people I disagree with. Again, it was supposed to be a talk. He never said it was a stream or a debate. He just said to talk. And then it was a debate on everything.
Okay, but you are a sentient human. You can react to how the conversation goes. You know, if it was a 3-minute conversation or whatever, and then you were like, oh, I didn't know it was going to be a debate, then fine. But it wasn't. It was a prolonged conversation. You had time to adjust.
But the actual subject, and then you recorded it. He literally asked me to, but he streamed it. I wasn't going to record it. I left it entirely up to him. I thought it was just a conversation, because that's what it was put as. But I'm fine with him streaming it and everything too. It's whatever. That's okay. But I wasn't going into a debate. It was to talk to him about his age of consent views on how 18 is bad. Like how there shouldn't be an age of consent. That should be the age of marriage, which he defines loosely in a million different ways. Sometimes it's a 12-year-old. Sometimes it's a 18-year-old. I can't get over it. And I just keep seeing tweet after fucking tweet about it. I just don't understand how that's the hot take and not 12-year-old can marry adults. I don't get it. I don't. I truly don't. Like, I'm banging my fucking head against the wall because I don't get it. It's like the
Oh, you could tell. It was very funny to watch. I mean, I swear to God, he must have said, I don't get it 800 plus times.
only thing I can think about is how the fuck we've reached this point. Children can't consent to getting a tattoo but getting a gender. Brother, that's not what I'm talking about. I thought that's what it was. I thought he was just speaking in hyperbole with the dick cutting off shit. I thought that's what we were talking about. I just don't understand how it got so muddled. Half of the fucking conversation was hyperbole,
He is getting genuinely upset.
and apparently that one was literal. Or it's a very malicious attack on what I'm trying to say or misunderstanding. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know how else to illustrate it. I think most people know what you're saying but just want a reaction. I don't think so. I don't think that's the case. I really don't. No, I just stopped playing Rivals
Well, that's the case for me. I'm just here for the reaction.
because it's all I can fucking think about, man. It's a tier 1 rating. Actually, all I can think about. Because it doesn't stop. It's just... Since I read all of chat, I'm just constantly seeing it. No, this is probably, like, the most frustrated I've been, like, since starting YouTube. It's so different.
Most frustrated he's been since starting YouTube. Oh, man. He is genuinely upset.
How it's always the most uncharitable interpretation of what you're saying. It's always the most extreme. Moist Critical thinks kids can get their dick cut off if their parents consent to it. Like, that's the shit that is spreading all over Twitter.
That's what happens when you let somebody say something over and over and over in a conversation and you don't push back on it. Wait, what do you mean 9 years old? They're having this happen. Are you being literal serious? All you had to do was ask that one time, Charlie. Just ask that one time.
And that's all I keep
Oh. But actually, I think at one point in here, he says he didn't know it was a debate. So, I guess that maybe that's why he didn't ask.
seeing in chat. And yet somehow, not a single person is talking about what I believe is the most concerning thing, which is an actual statement and an actual belief from Sneako that children can marry adults. 12 to 15-year-olds. He unironically used the word a 14-year-old adult. But no one says a fucking peep about it. It's instead twisting what I believe when it comes to transitioning. Both are bad. I don't see what's bad about mine. I truly don't. I'm not the most educated on trans topics. I fully admit to that. I'm absolutely not. This wasn't supposed to be a debate or anything, and I'm definitely not super educated on it. I just don't understand how it's
Good thing you went into a conversation with Sneako about it then.
gotten this fucking out of control and misconstrued. I didn't expect a debate. It was supposed to just be a conversation, but I'm more than willing to talk about those things. I assumed it was understood what I was talking about. I don't know if it really genuinely wasn't, or what's gone wrong here. What is of age? An adult. I thought.
Like, he
What is of age? An adult.
an adult. What is it of an age? An adult, you stupid chatter.
I thought it was hyperbole with him cutting the dick off statement. I should have picked up on him being literal for the first time in the whole conversation. And that is on me. That is my fault for not knowing he's talking literally. It's just been fucking miserable, man. Truly miserable. Well, it's not just Twitter, man. I can't even turn on stream without it being an issue. Walking away from Twitter is not a hard thing to do. Contrary to
Nowhere's safe.
popular belief, I'm not on Twitter much. I'm just not. But I can't stream without it being fucking regurgitated a million fucking times. And I love streaming, so that's something I can't avoid, and it really gets under my skin. It's a complete misconstruing of my beliefs. And attacking me for something that I don't even fucking believe. And it hurts. Like, it's really frustrating. How you said yes. I thought he was talking about the general idea of transitioning, and he was using hyperbole. He did that the entire fucking conversation. So the one time he was literal is the one time I didn't expect it. I didn't think he was talking literally. I thought he had an understanding of how transitioning works. I guess he doesn't.
Okay, but you said you don't understand these things either. So, I mean, why either of you having this conversation then? Goes so long, so long. He's... He's dead.
It's just I don't know. I don't know. Like, I just can't play a game without seeing a million fucking comments about it. So then it's all that I fucking think about during the game.
That's all he can think about.
I don't hate you. I just want you to know it's 16 to 23 in Florida. The argument didn't work. Well, the age of consent was 18 when I googled it, but even still, an adult fucking a 16-year-old's a bad thing. It's still just not a good thing, and I don't know why that's a debatable topic. I don't know how we've reached that fucking point.
It's because you chose to talk to Sneako, one of the few idiots who will make that point. Back to dead inside.
But yeah, I can't focus on anything else, so I'm probably just gonna call it a night.
Oh, can't handle the stream.
I was playing Rivals for a little bit. But I think I'm just gonna call it there.
Oh.
Alright, take it easy, have a good night. See ya.
Oh, yeah, but man, that's so sad, isn't it? Poor Charlie. Not allowed to have any opinions, or else maybe some people will disagree with you. And is there anything scarier than that? Oof. I'd have to quit my podcast too if somebody was disagreeing with my opinions.